This is about what, 6 or 7 years of journaling in one hand, and I think I'm even missing some. And these include my planners, the Young and Thriving Planner, of course. Wait. To top off the stack, how long can I hold this? So when I was 11, my grandma had a leak in her roof, and I never understood why it was such a big deal, and I thought everyone was literally overreacting in trying to fix it as soon as they possibly could. My dad eventually explained to me how a small leak could ruin furniture within a house, the flooring, and even the rest of the roof, depending on like where that leak was. So as I grew older, I realized more things than not operate like this, both in the physical world and in our lives as well. And when I went back home recently and to my grandma's house, I saw the same spot at her house where that leak was years ago. And like the introspective girl that I am, it got me thinking about how many things in our life can be literally so similar to a leaking roof. A leaky roof starts off small. It's just a few drops here and there, and it can easily be ignored, right? But if left unattended, those drops become a constant trickle, and over time that trickle soaks into the ceiling, slowly spreading to create like water stains, which I saw, and just weakening the overall structure. And before you know it, your house is plagued by water damage, mold, and just like expensive repairs. So we often ignore small issues thinking that they're insignificant, and maybe it's the stress of a demanding job, a new change, a strained relationship, or literally just the hustle and bustle of everyday life, because let's face it, life is hard. And we let these little things fester thinking that they'll go away on their own, but they rarely do. And this is where journaling comes in. So stick with me here. Just like how my grandma's roof had to be fixed to prevent further damage, journaling can be the tool that helps you address and repair the leaks in your life, you get me, before they become destructive. It's a way to notice those small drops, and this can be stress, frustration, or unresolved emotions before they infiltrate literally every aspect of your existence. And by taking a few minutes each day to sit down with your journal and pour out your thoughts and feelings and or concerns, you're essentially putting a bucket under that leak. You catch those drops before they actually have a chance to penetrate and do real damage. Enough with the metaphors, right? I started my journaling habit around 11 or 12. I feel like every girl has a diary, right? So it was firstly like a shallow recollection of my days at school, the latest crushes and drama that went on at school. But as I developed it, it has helped me in 3 significant ways. 1, it has helped me to see the trends in my behavior over time and helped me discover bits and pieces of who I am, both the good, and I'm not gonna say bad, but both the good and the not so good. So through journaling, you learn your triggers and essentially just how to cope. Secondly, journaling helps me to remember the important things in life. So this is similar to like the Dear Diary type of journaling, right? It helps me to remember the things I actually want to remember, to grasp the true essence of how I was feeling during that particular season of my life. For example, now as a new grad, or when something happened. Because what I've realized about the human mind is that it tends to lap in memory sometimes. So doing this helps me to remember how I was thinking and feeling at that time, even if it was stupid or not. And trust me, I've had a few of those. And thirdly, it has helped me to emotionally regulate and work through some issues. Something I learned in therapy is that thoughts control our feelings, and that can be a loop of destruction if you have a negative thought pattern that you don't necessarily break or nip in the bud. And so writing that thought down can be the difference between you having an anxiety attack versus you having a calm day. And listen, it's not the responsibility of those around you to help you emotionally regulate. So get a journal and help those around you. And lastly, it actually helps you in therapy. So therapy and journaling and a journaling habit kind of go hand in hand. It's like a chef's kiss, right? I describe that relationship between, like a relationship between like styling and dressing. When you're making an outfit, right, you can throw on some jeans and a t-shirt, and that would be kind of like what I would consider, oh, you're dressing. But styling and putting together an outfit would be a t-shirt, a pair of jeans, adding a belt, maybe a bag that accentuates it, some jewelry, and a nice dramatic lip to go with it. Neither one is right or wrong. You can do one or the other and you'd be okay. But doing them both together, adding the belt with the t-shirt and jeans, essentially styling an outfit, is a chef's kiss. And that's how I think about journaling and therapy. And I'm gonna be biased. Journaling is cheaper than therapy because you only need a pencil and a book if you're like me, or you literally just use your phone and use the Notes app or Notion app in your phone. So here's what's worked for me in building a journaling habit. I either journal before bed or on Sundays, but when it's really rough, guys, I just do it at the end of the month or when I remember to do so. But one thing that I can attest to that has worked is just continuing the habit even if I fall off, because it's better to have journaled, or really any habit, to have done the thing 3 times out of the year, paused, then picking it up back at like the end of the year, rather than doing it 3 times out of the year and knowing fully well that you paused it but feeling too guilty to continue it. You'd have 3 versus however many you would have had if you just continued that habit. You get me? I think being of a sound mind and getting to live through the human experience is one of the grandest wonders of the world that people often take for granted. So by starting a journaling habit, you get to live each moment a little longer and you get to live life a little bit deeper. So happy journaling, and I hope this video inspires you and convinces you to start that journaling habit. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. With love from Chels. Bye!